Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh man, my name is Antoine Brown, and I'm working on this segment that I'm calling Liberate My Life. And I'm excited, man, because this is an important subject to me because for a long time I felt like I was held back from being able to, really express who God truly designed me to be. In a box, just kind of like kept away, tucked away, and not able to really, um, just really let go and be free to be who I really am. And the beautiful thing about it was, I guess the most important thing that I discovered was that it wasn't it wasn't somebody's fault. If or in other words, if it was anybody's fault, it was my own fault. I was the one who kind of kept myself at bay and didn't allow myself to be who God created me to be. And so I'm going to do this segment called Liberate My Life. This is something that I'm going to do weekly and it's going to be on Mondays in the evening. But it's something that I really want to tap into because if you're out there or if you know somebody that is just, I mean, they got all kind of skills. They have all the tools, they have all of the gifting. They're just capable of doing such great things, but they're held back. They're, for whatever reason, they're not really expressing themselves in the way that God truly designed them to be. And you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell because every now and then they'll say something to you, and it's like, man, that's deep. You should be doing something with that. So I mean, or they got some other kind of gift or skill that whenever they do it, whenever they bring it forth, it's like, man, I don't know if I've ever had a cookie this good, or I don't know if I've ever heard it expressed this way. I don't know if I've ever seen it done this way. And so today I want to talk about knowing your value, liberate your life or liberate my life. But today I want to address knowing your value. All right. So value is your worth. It's your relative worth, your merit, or your importance, your worth, your merit, or your importance. And so those are the kind of the three areas that I want to dive into: your worth, your merit, and your importance. But the first thing I want to look at is your purpose. You need to know what your purpose is. You need to find out what your purpose is. And you know what? I'll say this. First of all, the first thing you want to do is pray. Just pray and seek God about what your purpose is. But then there are some things that you do them well, or you're very passionate about it. Whenever you do it, it's like, man, I enjoy this so much. I could even do it for free. You know, I would start with that. Start to really dig that thing out and perfect it. Maximize it, perfect it, make it what it ought to be. You know what I mean? Don't just make cookies and give them away. Because if everybody likes the way you make them, if everybody says you do it the best, then you might want to use that to capitalize on. So maximize it. Get the most out of it that you can get out of it. All right. So you need to find out what your purpose. What is your reason for being here? I believe that everybody was born into the planet to solve some problem in the earth. So everybody was born to solve some problem in the earth. And it's up to us to try to figure out and find out what that thing is. What am I here for? Why was I even born? Why am I on the planet? You need to find out why you're here. And then I believe once you do that, then you begin to tap into what God put you here for. And I'm telling you, man, that's when the explosion starts. That's when everything just really pops off for you. All right. And I believe that I believe that linked to your worth is your purpose. Linked to your worth is your purpose. In other words, once you find out what your purpose is, you can really begin to discover what your value is. All right. You need to understand what your purpose is. That helps you to understand what your value is. I think that one of the biggest problems that I've seen is people undervaluing themselves. Kind of like going about life like whatever, whatever happens, happens, whatever will be, que sera, sera, But what they don't understand is that, and what people in that position don't understand is that you're valuable and you're needed. You're needed. You're necessary. You're necessary. I can't help but think about the guy who invented the concept for the respirator or the ventilator as we know it. What if that guy decided that I got this idea of something that may be great, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's all of that. I don't even know if I'm capable of doing it. I don't know if anybody's going to respect what I have to say. I'm not sure if it'll be accepted. I'm not sure. All of these excuses, all these reasons to not do it. What if? What if? Always think about that. The big what if. What if he decided not to pursue that dream? What if he decided not to go after that thing? All those people, all those lives. I mean, yes, we lost a lot of lives in this pandemic, unfortunately. And I pray for those families, man, even families I don't know. Whenever I see another life that's lost, I just want to pray because that's connected to somebody who loved them. But I think about all those lives that were lost, but then I think about all the lives that were saved because this man decided to go ahead and launch his dream and pursue his purpose, which is to modify. And that's the other thing, man. That's so beautiful about purpose. Your purpose may not necessarily be to start something fresh or new that's never been seen before ever, but sometimes you just may be here to modify something that's already been created because life and things are progressive. We move from technology to technology, and you may have the answer to improve the technology in this thing to take us to a whole nother level, maybe to even get the vaccine out as broad and as fast as we were able to do, is because somebody decided to pursue their purpose and they were the right person in the right place at the right time. Man, I'm telling you, it's so important and it's so vitally important that we tap into our purpose and find out who we are, understand our value as we're getting liberated to be who God created us to be. All right. I like the statement. Miles Monroe made this statement. He said, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When I don't know my purpose, I'm likely to abuse myself or allow others to abuse me. I'm likely to allow others to put me in positions that I'm not suited for. That's not the best place for me. There's a lot of things that I may be good at. A lot of things you may be good at it, but if it's not your purpose, you're not going to be fulfilled in that thing. And you could live there, even get promoted in that thing. Every evaluation you get promoted, you keep getting raises. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong with that. But it's not necessarily what you're here for. And finding out what you're here for. Listen, everybody's not going to do this. Everybody's not going to find out why they're here and pursue their purpose. Everybody's not going to do it. But for those of us who do it, we're going to make this earth and this world even that much more brighter, because it's really a testament to our devotion and our love to God. We believe that God put something in us, so we decide, hey, I want to tap into it and then be who God created me to be. Why? Because the earth needs it. The world needs it. All right. The world needs you to go ahead and be who you're supposed to be. So where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. It's inevitable. I tell you what, man, I've seen the hammer used for a lot of things outside of actually driving a nail, but it only does one thing very effectively, and that's driving that nail, because that's what it's designed to do. So a lot of times what happens to us is we get used. We use ourselves and we get used in ways that we are not designed to be used. And we don't want to get caught up in that. You don't want to get caught up in that. I think about those actors who get parts to play in movies, and they do it so well. Let's just say an African American actor who gets who's casted to play somebody who they recognize from a neighborhood they came from, and they do it so well that now, oh man, another producer's got this movie he wants to do, and I need a guy who can act like you did in that last movie. They call that being typecast. You're typecast. In other words, they only use you for this particular area of film, because that's all they think you can do. They don't know how broad your scope really is. They don't know that you actually went to Juilliard School of Arts, Performing Arts. They don't know that you're well versed in other languages and even other dialects and accents. They don't know that you can pull off so many other things, but you're typecast because you did this thing so well. And we don't want to get typecast. That's really what it comes down to. When your purpose is abused, it's like you're being typecasted. Like you're only good for this thing, or you can't do these other things. There's no expectation of you to even be able to accomplish these other things because of how well you do this thing right here. So you want to make sure you don't get typecast, because that's a form of prison. That's a form of prison. You need to be liberated from that even. All right. All right. So merit, what is merit? Merit is what gives to claim to respect, praise, and honor. Claim to respect, praise, or honor. And I'm going to keep going here. I really want to skip down to importance right here. Importance is your quality or state of being important or significant. Importance is your quality or state of being important or significant. Listen, let me just say right off the top, you are important, you are significant, you are necessary, you are needed. You need to know that, first of all. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Don't listen to the naysayers, don't listen to the haters, don't listen to all of those voices that you heard maybe growing up or in your neighborhood. You weren't good enough to do this, you weren't good enough to do that. Look, I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. Somebody has experienced this. And I'm here to tell you that everything you heard that suggests that you're not good enough, that you're not significant, is a lie. All right? It's a lie. Here's the truth. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're made in the image of God, which means that you have the ability to dominate in any given situation. You have the ability to reproduce anything that's in any dead situation. You have the ability to replenish, to keep filling up things that may have been emptied. Come on now. Come on. You are somebody. You are somebody. You are significant. You're important. You're vital. And it's time that you stand up and get out of this prison of feeling like you're not able or capable of doing great things. We look at great people all the time, and I've been guilty of this myself, man. I've been guilty, but I've repented. I've decided I'm not going to fall into that trap anymore of looking at myself, where I come from, my set of circumstances, my situations, and saying that, hey, there's no way I can amount to this. There's no way I can be as great as this person or as great as that person. That I don't want to limit myself anymore. And I'm telling you, don't limit yourself anymore, because how can you put a limit on something that's invaluable, something that you can't even put a price tag on? And that's you, man. You are valuable. That's you, man. That's you, lady. You are valuable. You are worth more than anything that's the most precious thing on the earth. You're worth more than that. And it's time for us to rise up and be that. All right. Okay. Listen, are you necessary? Are you necessary? Listen, Psalms 139 verse 14 says, David says this: I will praise thee, O Lord, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works. What was he doing? He was telling God, look, God, you made something awesome when you created me. I'm just telling you, when I look in the mirror, all I can think of is, God, you outdid yourself this time. I mean, look at what you have created. Look at what you've done. Look at what I'm capable of. Look at what I have the power and the ability and the know-how, the capacity for great wisdom to be able to do great things. Look at what you did. Am I necessary? Oh, you better believe it. Are you necessary? You better believe it. You better receive it too today. All right. So you need to wrap your head around this. I'm going to close with this. You need to wrap your head around this last thought. The world needs you, first of all. Okay. The world needs you because of the gift that's on the inside of you. The gift that's on the inside of you. This gift is not for you, but it's for the people that you deliver it to. All right. It's not for you, but it's for the people that you deliver it to. But here's the beautiful part about it. Every time you deliver your gift, you get paid. Every time you deliver what God put in you to somebody else, you get paid. Listen, it's time for us to understand our value. It's time for us to know who we are. And it's time for us to walk in the purpose and the destiny that we've been designed to walk in. All right. So listen, I'm here. I'm here to help you liberate your life, to break free from any bondage or hold that may be against you, fulfilling who you really are and being everything that God created you to be. All right. Oh man. Listen, I can't wait to see you next week, because I got something hot for you next week. And I want you to tune in with me next week. I'm going to be here at 5 p.m. next week. All right. Come right back for another powerful nugget, another powerful word, another way for you to liberate your life and get motivated to be everything that God has called you to be. God bless you guys. I'll see you next time.